So, on today's episode of Majoring in Music So You Don't Have To, I just wrapped up my spring semester. It was filled with many classes, performances, tests, and skate sessions. Shrug that thing, cuzzo! Woo! Woo! One of the highlights of my semester was my jazz ensemble class, MUS 267. Finally, after grinding for 3 semesters, I got into the class that I've been waiting for. And how did it turn out? Well, the class was fun, challenging, it put things into a new perspective, and the experience overall left me with some things to think about, and I thought about sharing them with you guys. So, what is jazz? So what's jazz? Just tell me what you think it is.
When I think of the word jazz, I think music.
Trumpets, sax, piano, yeah.
Nice flow, free-flowing type of music created by the African American community.
Jazz is feels. I think it's the expression of music and its expression of self.
It's sort of like piano, trumpets, bass, stuff like that.
First thing that comes up is New Orleans and like soul.
Yeah.
It's got good beats to it, good vibes.
Reaches in the depths of your soul and tries to communicate good feelings and good vibes.
You know, people sing about the blues, love, all that stuff.
All right, thank you.
No problem.
And last question, are you gonna finish drinking that? Now, I'm not a jazz doctor or anything. I haven't even seen Whiplash.
Not quite my tempo.
But I know that jazz is an elusive genre. Think about it. This is jazz. This is jazz. This is jazz. That's jazz. This is jazz. That's jazz. This is jazz. This is jazz. This is jazz.
Are you sure about this one?
It's always changing and evolving. To truly get a complete sense of jazz, you cannot use words alone. Jazz is something you have to experience to understand. Jazz is not like other genres. It is not only about the music, but the mindset, the craft, the feeling, and the vibe that the music gives you. A common notion is that when compared to other genres, jazz is elevator music. It's boring, old, and generic, which are valid claims. Everybody can have their own opinion. But let me offer you a new perspective. I love rock music, and I started my music journey listening to it. And the drums are where the bass goes like, and the guitar does. It's a very saturated and instantly gratifying genre. 100-note solos, loud heavy screams, and pounding drums. Every second there's something to grab your attention and get you amped up and invested in the sound. But sometimes I don't want to be constantly stimulated. Sometimes I just want to stew and contemplate. Jazz, it's that sound you put on during late night drives, in smoky bars and empty lounges. In today's current climate, it feels as though everything is fighting for our attention, which they take and leave us with nothing. Our current content and media is designed to keep us stimulated, addicted to scrolling, and consumption. Sometimes you just need to take a step back and enjoy simpler things. And oftentimes, what seems simple on the outside has a lot of depth when closely looked at. If you're actually listening to the music and giving it your attention, jazz will leave you with something, an emotion, a passing idea, or a memory. Playing in this class and being surrounded by skilled musicians made me want to stretch my jazz legs by going to more jam sessions. Jam sessions are where the grimiest of jazz players go to sweat out their chops on the bandstand by bumbling through a jazz standard with the house band. Watching how they communicate, make split decisions, vibe, and just borrow from each other, all on the spot, is thrilling. I mean, in what other genre of music can strangers from different walks of life, skill levels, and who've probably only said like 3 words to each other, just get up on stage and play through a whole piece? It's insane. This is the magic of jazz, and honestly, this is one of the aspects that got me to take my instrument more seriously and to practice more. The more you practice and know about your instrument, the more tools you'll have at your disposal to communicate with your bandmates and add to the piece. As you start going to more jam sessions, learning more standards, and practicing, you'll start to see the seams of the music, which is one of the best parts. Jazz was made and played in brothels and bars, played with discarded Civil War instruments by people who were barbarized by society. It's not made to be perfect, but was made to express a feeling. Speaking of imperfections, We made mistakes during our rehearsals and even performance. People got lost, out of key, yada yada yada. But we kept on moving, and no one was none the wiser. Jazz is an experimental music. Trial and error is necessary. Jazz is not like classical, where the music is written out for you. It's created on the spot. For the most part, we know and do not know what we're doing. Nobody knows what they're doing when they first get a lead sheet. We're all just running through what's on the page and the basics, all the while listening to each other to see where the sound takes us, and we try our best to follow. And that's how jazz started. Nobody wrote anything down. It was all learned through listening and replicating what sounded good. You'd go to a jazz show, you'd hear something you like, you sing it, you memorize it, then you play it, finally you tweak it, and boom, that's jazz. Building a performance from scratch and watching each other express themselves, overcome struggles, and get lost in the music is an experience that really brought us together as a band. One of the most useful skills a musician can use is copying. Yeah, that's right, copying. Or in this case, transcription. Transcription is the act of playing or notating a piece or a sound without previous notation. Typically in jazz, transcription is used when learning a solo or tune by ear. Transcription is so helpful because it can help players internalize other musicians' vocabulary and help them develop their own style. For this class, I had to transcribe the solo for Grant Green's Green's Greenery. Say that 5 times fast. I seriously recommend you guys learn the solo. The solo gave me some bebop feel and blues phrasing. For those of you who are unsure or skeptical of transcribing or copying because it's plagiarism or it limits your self-expression, I want you to consider this. Our favorite artists and creators start off by copying. Nobody gets good from nowhere. Hendrix took from Albert King, Sonic Youth took from Glenn Branca, Kenny Burrell from Charlie Christian. But what takes a human copy machine to an artist is inserting your own style. People experience life differently. What looks like a rabbit to some might be a duck. No, that dress isn't blue, it's actually gold. Wow, those ink blots make me want to kill my dad and bang my mom, yada yada yada. When we take our own experiences and bring them into art, that's when it flourishes, because that's where we make the connection. The hardest part about music is not the technical skill, but it's communicating and inviting somebody into our world only using sound. This is cliche, and I can't believe I'm writing this, but the heart is what matters the most. And jazz has a lot of heart. When people think about playing a good jazz solo, they think about scales and the keys, which they are important, but what's most important is the heart. I know for me, when I start thinking about scales and keys, I get lost and I lose connection with the band, and it also stumps what's in my head that I'm trying to bring out. This class not only showed me the skills of my bandmates, but it also introduced me to their hearts, which they've worked so hard to put into their playing. So yeah, in St. Charlie fashion, I'm gonna end this video on a sappy note. I could go on and on about jazz and stuff, but I'm gonna go practice, so see ya.
Hello. I'm so excited to hear all the good jazz tonight. Oh, I bonked your bink. That's my bad.
Hope you got insurance, buddy.
And last question, are you gonna finish drinking that?
I'm not sure.
All right.
Oh, what about, wait, where is it? What's the B section? Oh. Alright, that one's bad. People can always do that. 2, 3, 4. Now put that on the ride. Okay. Quarter notes with the left foot. 2, 3, 4. Yeah. The left foot's what gets people. Left foot's hard.
Hey guys, post-credits Charlie here to announce that I'm dropping music on Bandcamp. Yeah, that's right, Bandcamp. The song is a cover of Prince's When You Were Mine. I came up with the idea because I've always been fascinated with trying to combine Prince's style with Bleach era Nirvana's sound. I know that sounds random, and like you'll see it when you listen to it, hopefully. I started recording this last summer. That's just like a way, because I've always wanted to just test myself and see what I'm capable of doing just by myself. What can one person just do? And I gotta say, I'm proud of it, you know? This is my baby right here. I'm gonna be honest, it's not perfect, but it's something that just I did by myself, something I put work into, I took time to do, I just invested in it. And it feels kind of surreal to see something that was just a thought actually come through fruition with just like hard work, determination, and just showing up every day and just pouring like your heart into something. Anyways, enough ego stroking. Give it a listen, let me know what you think, and I'll see you in the next one. Later.
Hey everybody, thanks to Chris for putting this together. My name is Marty Eisenberg. I'm a Brooklyn-based bassist and composer. I just put out this album this summer. It's inspired by the films of Wes Anderson and all the best needle drops that happen in his movies, arranged for jazz. I have some of the best and my favorite jazz musicians featured on this album, including Nir Felder, Rich Perry, Sasha Berliner, many others. It's available on all streaming services and Bandcamp. And I hope you check it out. Thanks so much.